ABC 17 News is on the road to the White House, first in Cleveland at the Republican National Convention, now in Philadelphia at the Democratic National Convention. We know that the race to the White House is a competitive and crowded field, but you may be surprised at just how few candidates run on the local and state levels. Of the 163 seats in the Missouri State House, more than half are already decided before the voters make their choices in the November election. In fact, I checked into each race for the House and discovered nearly 100 of the races are already basically decided even before the August primary. 95 races have only one candidate, or they have a Republican or Democratic candidate with no major party competition. If electoral competition is an indicator of the health of American democracy, it would seem our nation and our state are sick. But Columbia College political science professor Dr. Terry Smith says the lack of candidates isn't always a threat to democracy.
Well, it depends on why they're uncontested. Are they uncontested because it's hard to get on the ballot, because it's too expensive to run for office, because nobody cares, or is it because one party or one candidate dominates a district and basically runs off all the opposition?
Regardless of the reason, in the 2014 election, about 40% of state legislative races in the United States were uncontested. In Missouri, the number was closer to 50%, and it looks to be even higher this election cycle. As politics becomes increasingly polarized and partisan, fewer people want to subject themselves or their families to the scrutiny of running for office.
You'd have to have the skin of an armadillo to run in these times.
Let's say you're thinking of seeking a seat in the General Assembly. Even if you have no major skeletons in the closet, what you have in the bank is equally important. And if you're facing an incumbent, you have another hurdle, and this one can be almost insurmountable. In the last election, 100% of incumbent Republicans held their seats. Nearly 90% of Democrats were reelected. Former Missouri State Representative Chris Kelly has run in races with competition. He's also run unopposed.
No matter what they say, the vast majority of all candidates for public office would rather run unopposed. But every time that I was opposed, I was a better state representative in the next term. Because I got to know the district better, I had to work harder. You're more aware of the issues, and not just aware of them generally, but you're more aware of the nuts and bolts of the issues.
But before a potential candidate starts thinking elected office is all power, notoriety, and prestige,
you know, they're sacrificing a lot. I mean, it is, but they spend a lot of time down there, and then the stuff they got to put up with when they come back to their districts, you know, in terms of hearing out constituents and solving constituent problems. My goodness. So, you know, to all the people who represent us, thank you for your service.
And Chris Kelly has a message for people who don't vote responsibly or don't like politics.
I don't care whether you like it or not. I don't like cleaning the house and taking a shower sometimes, but if I don't do it, I will stink and the house will stink. You got to, nobody cares whether you want to participate. It's your duty to participate. You're an American, you're a citizen, it's your job. Do it.
And part of our job is covering those elections. We'll be doing so on primary election day on August 2nd, and of course on the general election, which is November 8th. Reporting in Philadelphia, Joey Parker, ABC 17 News.